Hey everyone, it's Lance with CinematicGalaxy here, and something just came up that I have to talk about, and that is, of course, the new final trailer for The Dark Knight Rises. I was aware this trailer was going to be showing before the Avengers, and I actually planned on watching it for the first time in theaters when I went to see the Avengers, because of course I'm going to see that. I didn't know that they would be releasing this trailer so many days before the Avengers. I mean, 3 days early isn't a lot, but still, it feels like a lot. And when I saw this trailer was up, I kind of did a double take. I was like, Dark Knight Rises trailer number 3. Wait, what? And then, yeah, and I clicked on I just couldn't resist, guys. I had to watch it. If you have not seen the trailer and you're watching my review, which I highly doubt is the case, definitely watch the trailer first before watching this review. I mean, I'm not really going to say a whole lot. I mean, I am going to kind of go in depth, but still watch the trailer first. You know, you want to experience that first before you see how I feel about it. What this trailer does, like all the other trailers, is it immediately sets up the mood for the film. You know, just these aerial views of Gotham City, you know, we get to see just the big scope of it and whatnot. And the whole color scheme of this film is kind of very gray and just kind of bleak and ominous. We start off getting this kind of slow music, and then you know, and then we gradually get to Bane. And I just have to say that, first of all, I mean, ever since day one, I was impressed with how Bane looked. As far as how Tom Hardy looked as Bane, he looks evil. This guy looks pure evil. He looks like he could make Darth Vader pee himself. I mean, this guy, something about his eyes is just so ferocious. Like, even though he's wearing a mask on his face that obscures his mouth and whatnot, you can see that Tom Hardy is really giving a legitimate performance, because the look in his eyes really tells you a lot about that character. What immediately stands out as well is that Bane's voice is so much better. Now look, I was one of the people, I was kind of able to make out what he was saying, and I was okay with it. I was saying, I kind of hope they change that a little bit, but if they don't really tweak his voice, I think I'll be okay, based on how he sounded in the last trailer. But in this trailer, I guess a lot of that bass is kind of reduced a little bit, and his voice is much louder and much clearer. And it sounds the same. That's the great thing about it. And it still has a kind of muffled sound, which it should, because he's wearing that mask and stuff. But it just sounds a lot clearer, and in my opinion, a lot more chilling and intimidating. And another thing I'm going to note is that while Bane isn't like a big hulking beast, he's still, you know, obviously physically fit and whatnot. And I mean, you can tell, I mean, this guy still looks like he could be a physical challenge for Batman as well as a mental challenge. And that's really what Bane is as a character. So I'm still perfectly happy with what I'm seeing with him so far. We also see a lot of Anne Hathaway as Selina Kyle, or Catwoman. And I have to say that I was honestly very impressed with her again, you know. I never jumped on the hate train with her in the first place, you know, because I just try to avoid that, you know. When a bunch of people are hating on something, sometimes I have to, or even when they're loving something, but especially when they're hating something, I just have to stand back for a second and say, you know, I'm almost about to hate on it with them, but then I say, wait a minute, is that really such a big problem, where to the point where I'm saying that she's going to suck as Catwoman or the movie's going to suck? It's not. And I mean, I knew she was she's always been a pretty good actress in my opinion, and I think she looks very good in this role, you know. I mean, we don't get enough to really judge her performance by, but she looks like she's fitting for the part. And we also get to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt, or JGL. He's playing a cop in this movie. The cop's name is John Blake, I believe. And judging from the trailer, he just seems like a genuinely good guy, you know. Just that's the vibe I'm getting from him. And I just feel like he really has a big role in trying to stop Bane and bring Gotham City back to order. And I found it interesting that they showed a lot more of him this time, rather than like Jim Gordon. You know, I hope that Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a big role in this film. I think he will. And what I've seen of him has impressed me. The thing that is immediately apparent, and it becomes more apparent as this trailer goes along, is that this is a very ominous, dark movie, as all the trailers have been. What I love about this trailer is that this movie seems like it could be darker and scarier than The Dark Knight. I mean, don't get me wrong, The Dark Knight was a very dark film, and Heath Ledger was honestly a very dark, sadistic, creepy villain. But it looks like Bane is just much more straightforward in that. It looks like there's a scene where Bruce Wayne gets captured by Bane, and, you know, Bruce Wayne, he's all beat up looking, and he can't move his head around. I bet you anything his back is broken. That right there just, you know, I almost feel the pain when I look at him. He just looks hurt. He has this big, crazy psychopath standing over him. And I just get such a dark vibe from that. I also have to say that honestly, this trailer, the most notable thing about this trailer for me is the music throughout. This trailer, honestly, I would say that this trailer probably uses Hans Zimmer's soundtrack more to its advantage than any other previous trailers. Probably more than any other previous Batman trailers. A lot of the images of this movie, you don't even hear sound, you just hear the music playing over them. And the music is so just goosebump inducing, so inspiring, and it just really sets the mood for this trailer and probably for how this movie is going to be. And another interesting thing to note is that I would have to say that the first teaser trailer for The Dark Knight Rises, that one, just immediately established that this was going to be an incredibly dark film. And in just a brief amount of time, that awful things were going to happen. The film was going to be dark. And the second trailer also did that. It showed that things were very dark. It just showed a lot more. Bane was going to be such a powerful presence. And this trailer does that as well. But it also kind of shows more of, I guess, Catwoman and Batman, their relationship. It shows how the people of Gotham City are affected by all this stuff that's going on. And this final trailer, I would have to say, is probably, whereas the previous trailer was the one that really got your adrenaline pumping, it got you excited for just the action and intensity of this film. This one does that, but it also kind of makes you feel the emotional weight of this film. It lets you know that this will be a very emotional film. Look, guys, I'm extremely excited for this film. I still have to see the Avengers. I'm still excited for the Avengers as well. And that's the thing, guys. There doesn't have to be a competition between the Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sure they're both going to be great films. And I'm going to love both more than likely. Because I have no doubts this is going to be a fantastic movie. But yeah, we don't have to make this little fight between the Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises. It's just silly. Both are so different, but both are going to be great for what they are. So why not enjoy both rather than just make this a pointless competition between them? Yeah, anyway, I'm a little under the weather in this vid, guys, but I try to get this out the best I can. I'm extremely excited for this film. I just can't wait. This trailer is fantastic. The more I watch it, the more I love it. It really blew my mind. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this trailer. And anyway, take care. And this is Lance from CinematicGalaxy signing off.